Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research. Try it for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you. And this is the brand Jean Paul Dupont or Dupont. Is it Dupont? Yeah, Dupont. So this brand is I couldn't find any information. I mean, I had at least 3 perfumes from them before, and that was from their prestige line, which was very beautiful. It's just very high-end perfumes. And this one is from their normal line. So this brand originated in France, as far as I could tell, in 1980s, but somehow is ended up in United Arab Emirates. So now for now it belongs to a United Arab Emirates companies which make many perfumes, and one of them is Jean Paul Dupont. So they, as I said, they've been around for since 1980s as a French company, but lately I'm guessing they've been bought by United Arab Emirates perfume house. So this one in particular is called Peerless pour Homme, is EDT, and is 100 ml. This one is very hard to find any information about it. Again, I was very curious because I found it for a very good price on eBay, and I bought it, and I'm going to give you my impression. So the ones I unboxed and reviewed before many years ago, they were basically oud based perfumes. There were 3 of them or 4 of them, and they were beautiful, immaculate, very high-end smell to them. Although they retail for £150, those ones, but unfortunately all of them has been discontinued. So that was from their Jean Paul Dupont, from their prestige line. So this one is from their normal line. At the moment, this one seems to be still in production, but for some reason you can't find it anywhere. At least in United Kingdom, it's very hard to find. It's almost impossible. If you live in Europe and in Middle East, I'm assuming that this one could be available. So do your research if you are interested, see if it comes up and how much it goes for. Retails for £85, but I paid less than that. I bought it from eBay, and let's see how it goes. But please, before I do the unboxing, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. An amazing value for money. They smell great and they're hidden gems. This one, nobody on earth is talking about it, so I'm the only person. Alright, so the box itself is very simple. It's got this information in the back. It's quite a retro design to it, which I like, and it's got this velvety in front of it, and in the back it says USA distribution, European distribution. So so many information in the back. And the interesting thing is about it, although it says Eau de Toilette, it says 70% volume, so that means 30% of it is a mixture of oil and water, which is very interesting. Anyway, so let's open it and go to the bottle itself. Again, the bottle itself is a retro design, which I like, and it's a black bottle. It's quite heavy. The cap is plastic, and it's got this glittery thing on top, which is not bad at all. It's got information in the back. So it says 100 ml EDT and blah. It says made in UAE. Okay, so beautiful design to it. I love the design. It's just retro, and I love retro designs. And the atomizer is silver and modern. And here we go. Good atomizer, but it's not one of the best, but it's good enough to do the job perfectly. All right, so how is this very unknown, very hard to find perfume, and I'm just finger crossed it's going to be something special. Here we go. Whoo! Yes, yes, and more yes. This is an absolute gorgeousness. Okay, so as you can see, the smile on my face, this is up my alley. Okay, first thing first, this is up my alley. I love classical perfumes. Okay, so this is very classical. It just immediately took me back into 70s and 80s perfumery. Okay, woo! Hi. So it's very, very herbal. It's quite green, herbal. It's got a leathery base to it. I'm smelling something like tobacco in here as well. Yeah, hint of tobacco in here. It's very leafy, it's very grassy, it's very herbal, it's very spicy. The spices in here, what is the spice? Wow, it's an amalgamation of spices. I'm smelling nutmeg, I'm smelling cinnamon, and also something else in here which is quite dark in terms of spiciness. Is it cumin? I'm not sure, but there are amalgamation of spices in here. So this beauty in the beginning and right now is very, very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery. It reminds me of few fragrances from that era. One of them being what was it? Oh god, you know, you see, you get to a certain age and you forget things. Anyway, Paul Louis by Oscar de la Renta. Okay, so to some extent it reminds me of Paul Louis by Oscar de la Renta. To some extent it reminds me of something very special, which is discontinued many years ago, and many people love that perfume, and right now it is £200-300 plus if you can find it, and that is Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme. So this one, it reminds me of that one as well. But there's one fragrance it reminds me of, which is very strongly of this. Yeah, and that is Jean. Oh my God, Jean Louis Vermeuil. Sorry, Jean Louis Vermeuil Pour Homme, and that one is discontinued a few years ago, and it's got a big following, and people love that one. And unfortunately, that one has been discontinued, and now if you go online, it's £100 plus. So this one is very, very reminiscent of that one as well. So if you can tell where it's going, to some extent, it reminds me of some of the work of Ted Lapidus and Jack Bogart as well, to some extent, because it's got so many herbal and spicy aspect to it, and that reminds me of that houses as well, because of the way they made this perfume. So whoever put this perfume together, they deserve a medal. As absolutely gorgeous, very manly, very masculine, very reminiscent of 70s and 80s, and also quite mature. This is definitely on the mature side. You need to be at least 30 years and older to enjoy this, to appreciate this, to basically to know what you are getting into. So there's one on Perfumo, which is the website for the stock Fragrantica. They have a note breakdown. Let's see how correct it is. There is no other information about it apart from this note breakdown. So on top there's bergamot, lemon, lime, and mandarin orange. So very, very zesty. When you opened up super zesty, very limey. So the lime in here is almost dominant. Other zest are there, or other citruses are there, but the lime is the biggest player, and is very dominant in here. In the mid we have coriander, freesia, and morin notes. So coriander, yes, is very herbal. Not just coriander. I'm smelling rosemary. I'm smelling something like maybe even thyme, rosemary, thyme, and coriander. So it's very herbal. Yeah, it's super herbal. So it's got a big body of herbalness and also very spicy. In the base we have cedar, moss, and cedar, oakmoss, musk, and patchouli. This is a big oakmoss perfume, and that's why I just gravitating towards it, because it reminds me of the proper oakmoss perfumes from 70s and 80s. Because unfortunately, for the last 20 years, oakmoss has been banned in perfumes because of, you know, allergic reaction and so on and so forth. And these days you cannot find a proper oakmoss perfume, or very seldom. This one is reminiscent of those 70s and 80s oakmosses. Oakmoss in here is big, is earthy, is green, is watery, and it is like a rock smell to it. Cedar sandalwood here is a combination of the woods, which is giving it that woody base, and the woods on here quite big as well. But the biggest player right now for the first impression are the citruses. The citruses are massive, especially that lime on top, and the lemon, bergamot, and the mandarin orange. And also after that is the herbs. Herbs are coriander, and also I'm smelling something like rosemary, and also definitely very sagey. So to my nose it's very sagey. So I'm smelling something like a sage in here. Freesia, I'm getting it less. It's got a little bit of softness in the mid, which is quite floral, but it's not a huge player. But Freesia, definitely I'm smelling some white floral aspect in here, and the marine notes are there, although it's not salty. Yeah, it's not salty, but it is watery aspect to it, which is very nice again. The Oakmoss again in the base is the biggest player. It's quite musky from the get-go, a little bit of muskiness in here, and the patchouli giving it that big depth of body. So it is big on the patchouli. It's quite earthy, it's quite leafy, it's quite camphorous, and also a little bit of that balsamic feel to it. Beautifully done. This is an absolute gorgeous fragrance. So if you like Vermeil, Jean Louis Vermeil Pour Homme, and you can't find it, this is a good alternative to it, although this one is hard to find as well. But as far as I can tell, this is still in production. If you like Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme, which was discontinued many years ago, again many people love that, and it's very hard to find. This is a very good alternative to it again, but this one's not easy itself to find. And also Pour Louis by Oscar de la Renta, but Pour Louis is still in production. The only thing is it's being watered down to death. This one smells like the original Pour Louis, so it's very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery in here. So overall, what a beauty, what an absolute gorgeousness, but with a huge but, and that but is this is not for everybody. This is for people who know what they exactly want. As I said, if you like those perfumes I mentioned, and also you love perfumes from House of Jack Bogart and Ted Lapidus, this is reminiscent of those perfumes as well. So if you like this kind of perfumeries, this is an absolute gorgeousness. I give it 10 out of 10 for that beautiful opening. Oh, gorgeous. It's just mesmerizingly beautiful. It's very complex, it's very layered, it's very deep, it's very dense, it's very thick, it's very heavy. For Eau de Toilette, this is super heavy perfume. It smells like extrait. The parfum is so strong at the moment. It's filling the room, filling the house. It's so strong. So well done, house of or brand of Jean Paul Dupont, to making such a beautiful fragrance, such a daring fragrance, because these days this kind of perfume is unfortunately is forgotten and is something of the past, but they brought it to today's standard, which is absolutely gorgeous. I give it 10 out of 10 for that opening. I absolutely love it. I just cannot praise it enough. At least for my taste, for my age, for my experience, this is a beauty in a bottle. If you can find it, do the Google. If you are interested in this perfume, Google it, be patient and see if you can find it. In United Kingdom is almost impossible to find, but if you live in Europe, in United Kingdom, United States and the Middle East, you might still find this, because as I said, as far as I could tell, they are still in production, so it's not been discontinued, but for some reason it's quite hard to find. But if you find it and you love those perfumes I mentioned, those fragrances I mentioned, This is a no-brainer if you can find it for a good price. Even for £85 retails, this is an absolute amazing perfume, but obviously you can find it cheap. I paid cheaper price for it because I bought it on eBay. Somebody was selling it there, and for that, the price I paid, this is a bargain of century. I'm telling you, it's gorgeousness. Yes, highly recommend it for first impression. Yes, absolutely. This is beauty in a bottle for me, for my taste, for my age, for my experience. And if you have similar taste to me, or you like those perfumes I mentioned, yes. Okay, guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it. In terms of age, this is definitely mature. I would say 25 and up to in the safe side, if not even 30 years and older. In terms of occasion, this is better suited for going out. This is very opulent. This is beautiful. This is very suit and tie feel to it. So it's good for going out, for formal occasion, for evening, for special occasion, for close encounter, for meetings, for if you want to impress, suit and tie with this, you'll be super impressive. It just feels confident. It feels like you made it in life and you are a very confident person. This one is all year round in terms of season. You can use it in summer, in winter, no problem. In summer, less sprays, in winter, more sprays. In terms of gender, this is an absolute masculinity in here. It's 100% masculinity. Although if you're a lady and you like this kind of perfumes, who am I to tell you not to wear it? Still, you can wear it. Gender in perfumes don't exist, but because it's a reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery for men, this is very masculine to my nose. And in terms of genders and the age, and I said everything. So ratio for what I paid and what I get is beautiful in here. Huge cost effectiveness in terms of what I paid and what I get. Okay, guys, if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. If you have anything else from this brand, Jean Paul Dupont, let us know your experience as well. That would be useful for others to read. If you'd like to purchase one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very beautiful in return, you could do that. I leave them in the link. I'm the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the perfumer, and I put more than 60% pure perfumes oil in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that makes them huge players, big projection, huge monstrous longevity, and they are very unique and artistic. They are like time capsule. They take you to different places, different time, and I personally think they're one of the best perfumes on earth, but obviously you should be the judge. I leave them in the link. Don't forget to hit those buttons. In this way, help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this that nobody else is mentioning anywhere else. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support and love, and I see you later. Bye.